Hello and welcome to our webinar on getting your property ready for the summer season. I'm Yelena Alcauter and I work as an account executive in Booking.com Chicago office. In this webinar, we'll show you how you can increase your bookings during the busy summer season. As we get closer to the peak period, travelers are preparing for their summer holidays by looking and booking their perfect summer stays. This means the Booking.com platform is seeing a seasonal spike in traffic, searches, and bookings. During this webinar, we'll give you everything you need to know to leverage this opportunity. We'll focus on how you can make your property more visible on our platform through adding availability, help you stand out from the competition with attractive and competitive pricing, and show you how you can improve your presence on Booking.com with your property listing. The summer period is a key moment in the year for our accommodation partners in the United States, with many of our partners making the majority of their income during April to September. It's crucial to make sure your property is properly set up to entice travelers when they're choosing their accommodation on our platform, so you don't miss out on bookings. This webinar will help you tap into summer demand and grow your bookings by being visible and setting yourself apart from other properties. Keep watching to get insight on U.S.-specific traveler behavior, tips on how to cater to seasonal traveler trends, and how to add specific products and features directly in the extranet. If you don't have time to watch the full webinar now, you can always save it to your account by clicking the three dots at the bottom of this video, then click Save to Watch Later. The travel industry is once again seeing travelers' strong desire to travel and is encouraged by the continued strength and resiliency of the travel demand. This increase indicates that travelers are gaining confidence to experience the world once again. According to industry insights, more than 3/4 of travelers report that travel will always be worth it to them. Here at Booking.com, we're seeing that globally, early searches for summer have increased over 38% year over year, while the US saw a 15% increase compared to last year. This strong demand shows an ongoing desire for travelers to share special moments with family and friends. As the US continues to be a priority market for Booking.com, our volume of business in the region has grown meaningfully since 2019. When considering our presence in the US alternative accommodations market as a platform, we saw holiday home room nights for 2022 grow about 56% since the previous year and represented about 30% of Booking.com's total room nights. However, month-to-month travel trends can be volatile, and we recognize that there is uncertainty regarding the future path of the world economy. Due to global economic uncertainty, travelers in 2023 will be more mindful over how to make the most of their travel budget. Some 63% of travelers report that they aim to plan travel budget more tightly by taking advantage of deals in smartly timed travel. Over half of travelers, 53%, will look to save money by considering off-season destinations or taking longer and often cheaper routes to get there. With this uptick in travel demand, it means you'll have more eyes on your property listing. In the next sections, let's go over the basics of availability, pricing, and your property page, as well as how you can tailor these based on regional insights. We'll also show you how to make these changes directly in the extranet. Let's get started. Firstly, and most importantly, let's go over how you can increase your visibility on the Booking.com platform. In a nutshell, your property needs to be visible to potential guests when searching for stays and to attract early bookers. And it can only be visible if you've added available dates. If you haven't added any availability and prices, your property won't show up when guests search for accommodation near your location. The more available rooms you display, the more travelers you can appeal to, so you can increase chances of being booked. Travelers in the US and around the world are already well into planning and booking their summer holidays. We see slightly lengthened booking windows and early summer demand on our platform points to a potentially strong summer. So, add availability well in advance to ensure guests who are searching now will be able to book your property for future stays later in the summer. Update your availability in the extranet under the Rates and Availability tab by going to your calendar. Toggle the drop-down on the right-hand side to select List View or Monthly View based on your preference. Remember to also load prices for any dates you have opened, so that potential guests can not only see, but also book those room or units. When we look at the length of stays, we see short stays of 1 to 2 nights and mid-length stays of 3 to 4 nights currently each account for almost 1/3 of early summer searches. Longer stays of 5 to 7 nights make up about 24%. You should expect to see a higher demand for short length stays throughout the season as last-minute bookings become more frequent. If you want more control over your bookings, you could set up length of stay and advanced restrictions to make sure travelers can't book for shorter or longer than you'd like, or with too much or too little notice based on your preference. Keep in mind that the stricter the restrictions, the fewer people will see the property, so use them sparingly. To add or adjust restrictions, go to the Rates and Availability tab in the extranet and select Calendar. Tick the restrictions box, and you can select the conditions you want to set. Next up, let's talk about pricing. Setting a competitive rate can help you stand out from other properties and attract more guests. If you're unsure what price to offer, in the Analytics tab in the extranet, you'll find tools that help you benchmark yourself against the market. You can analyze your current performance, compare year-on-year sales, and see how far in advance guests booked and at what price. Add, edit, or remove your rate plans by going to the Rates and Availability tab in the extranet and click on Rate Plans. Select Add a New Rate or click on an existing plan and then Edit or Delete. Let's now look at the specific insights for the US to help you decide which traveler segments to target and give you some tips on how to do this. Short stays of 1 or 2 nights and mid-length stays of 3 to 4 nights each account for around 1/3 of early summer searches, while longer stays make up about 24%. To increase your visibility among guests searching for a longer stay or to encourage guests to stay for longer, you could add a weekly or monthly rate. This means travelers who search for stays of 7 nights or more will be able to see and book at a discounted rate. Set up this plan in the extranet under the Rates and Availability tab and then select Rate Plans. Click Add a New Rate and choose a weekly or monthly rate. Offering different kinds of prices as well as targeted prices per segment can help to attract different types of travelers and group sizes and maximize your property's visibility in search results. In the US, we're seeing that early searches by families, groups, and solo travelers have all increased slightly compared to last year. Families make up about 1/4 of search, while groups grew 2% from 13% in 2022 to 15% in 2023. Couples continue to make up about half of early summer searches. Families often book far in advance with stay dates usually around school holidays in July and August. This group also tends to stay longer and spend more money. So catering to this segment will ensure your rooms are filled for longer this summer. Child rates, which allows travelers to specify the number and ages of children, as well as see room details and occupancy specific pricing, could help you appeal to families. Add child rates under the Property tab in the extranet. Click Policies and then scroll down to find Child Policies. Considering that most travelers around the world are no longer facing travel restrictions, expect to see more bookings from international travelers. According to our data, Almost half of all early searches in the US are currently made by domestic travelers. That's US travelers looking for US destinations, while international searches have increased by around 9% since last year. State rates can help you take advantage of domestic demand and target travelers across any or all of the 50 states. To appeal to international travelers, use country rates to offer special prices to travelers in countries you particularly want to target. Activate both of these deals in the extranet under the Promotions tab. Click on Choose New Promotion and scroll down to find Country Rate or US State Rate. Lastly, considering the current economic climate, we expect travelers will be a bit more mindful of how they make the most of their travel budget. According to the 2022 Global Traveler Survey, 61% of travelers will be planning travel further in advance in hope of securing a better price. And 63% are planning to take advantage of favorable rates, deals, and smartly timed travel to ensure they get the most bang for their buck. Offering deals or special rates can help to attract the more financially savvy travelers this summer season. Our seasonal getaway deal allows you to get more bookings from price-conscious travelers by offering them a discount while also enhancing your marketing efforts. Offer a guest a discount of at least 15% on stays until the 28th of September, and will include your property in a comprehensive marketing boost to ensure your property ranks higher in search results to further increase your visibility. Activate the getaway deal by visiting the Promotions tab in the extranet and click on Choose New Promotions, then select the getaway deal. Here, you can also customize the discounts you offer to specific markets. Let's now discuss how to convert searches into actual bookings. Your property listing, what travelers see when browsing the Booking.com platform, is your chance to showcase your property and entice guests to book. That's why it's important to make your property page as attractive as possible to make sure lookers become bookers. Attract more guests by making your property's content more relevant for their needs and preferences. Make sure your content, such as photos, reviews, and facilities, is up to date to help you stand out to travelers and when they're looking for their perfect accommodation. Include complete details about your facilities to help guests find what they're looking for. Although the descriptions of your property page are automatically generated, you can make changes to your facilities, room details, and location, as well as correct inaccurate information in the extranet under the Property tab. It's important to consider which payment options are available for guests looking to book. Offering more payment types and making sure you have added them to your property listing will help you reach more guests, especially international travelers. We offer a variety of payment services, including payments by Booking.com, to facilitate guest payments as well as non-traditional payment methods such as Apple Pay and PayPal. So more guests can book with you using these methods of payments. Guests searching for a stay can also filter for properties that offer our Booking.com wallet payment option. Our data shows that guests who pay using online payment methods are much less likely to cancel or not show up, meaning more secure revenue for you. Check which guest payment options you have available in the extranet under the Property tab, then select Policies. Here, you can also check whether you are eligible for payments by Booking.com if you haven't already added it to your property. According to 2023 travel predictions, almost half of global travelers want their travel experience to have a more back to the basics feel and are looking for off-grid style vacations to escape from reality. Our research shows that guests would be more likely to book an accommodation if it has sustainability practices in place. Don't forget to indicate which practices you have adopted, and we'll add a travel sustainable badge on your property page. Do this in the property section of the extranet by choosing sustainability practices. Guest reviews define how potential guests see your property and are a top criteria used by travelers to narrow down their accommodation choices. They're important for you to understand what guests liked about their stay and can give great insight on how to improve. Not only that, but they've also been shown to increase guest confidence in booking on our platform. Make sure you reply to guest reviews, both the positive and not so positive ones, and check them about once per week. If you've made any changes to your property based on guest feedback, update your property page to reflect this. Reply to guest reviews in the Guest Reviews tab in the extranet. Select Guest Reviews and click Reply next to the review that you'd like to respond to. Please note, you can only reply to guests who have left a comment. Finally, never underestimate the importance of adding photos to your listing. A good rule of thumb is to have a minimum of 5 high-quality photos that include images of both the internal and external aspects of the property, and as well as all areas that are available to guests, plus seasonal photos and specific amenities like a swimming pool. Add photos in the extranet under the Property tab and select Photos. We're almost at the end of our webinar. Let's quickly recap the main points to help you take advantage of the increase in demand and grow your bookings this summer. First, load room availability to make sure your property is visible to potential guests. Next, make sure your price is right by looking at the available analytics and target specific traveler segments and types by tailoring your prices and property information. And lastly, make sure your property listing is attractive and relevant to convince travelers to book your property for their stay. That concludes our webinar on getting your property ready for the summer season. We hope you found these tips useful. We'll continue sharing personalized advice, timely insights, and relevant data throughout the 2023 peak season to ensure you receive the best guidance to make the most of the summer season. For more information on getting your property ready, have a look at our dedicated summer landing page on the Partner Hub, where we can reread all the insights shared here at your convenience. Thanks for joining us today, and we wish you a successful summer season. Have a great day.